Good morning. Today is Friday, September 5th. It is 7:43 a.m. Central Time. So, a little bit late making the video, but because it was NFP day, I was just waiting for the numbers to come out and just to see what things look like. But I was here earlier and just kind of getting ready for the day. Um, and then for some reason, financial juice was down for a little bit, so that was kind of annoying. But as far as the non-farm payroll results, I think everybody knows by this point, um, they came in lower than expected. Like lower than expected, and I think from at least what I've seen on social media, people were expecting like in the 50 to 100 range, and we were actually lower than that, so 22. And so that's I guess that increases greatly increases our chances for a rate cut. So everybody seems to be bullish on that. And then when you're looking at the NQs here on the daily, we're pushing higher and higher. I was looking at what were the dark pool levels yesterday, and so we had a dark pool level print on the Qs, which converts to about 23,496, if I remember correctly. And then we had, which was kind of not necessarily the low of yesterday, but near the low. And then we had another one that printed around this 23.9 or 23,695 level. And obviously that had to be later in the day. And so up we go, right? And so somebody knew something, it feels like, because we had print towards the bottom and then a print towards the top. So maybe if you were the same person and you were adding equal size, your average was around here. Um, or maybe you bought here and it sold at the top and just waiting for the release. Not sure, but either way, we're going up, um, and so that's what's happening there. Looking at the action, kind of pre-market, like I really like how this big wick candle, when the results were coming out, went all the way down to this dark pool level, which was not the one that printed yesterday, but it printed last week, last Thursday, and so just happened to get down to there and shoot back up. So that's kind of interesting. Can't read too much into it, but I think it's just a interesting coincidence there. And so for me, obviously I'm looking for this key level in the morning, see how we do there. Um, I think on the daily, I guess if we look at the daily again, so we've broken the high of Thursday. We are about to break the high of Tuesday the 19th, which is kind of the candle where things started to break down, and this is kind of that line in the sand, I think. We made new all-time highs. This is that breakdown candle. It's like, okay, we're going bearish. And so now price is retesting that high, and I think we actually broke it. Did we break it? We did break it. So we've broken past this high. And so intraday, for me, like this is like a bullish move, from like an intraday scalping perspective. So obviously this is a daily chart, so it may take a few days to materialize, but um, it feels like strength is happening here, bullishness is happening here, and I think this key level is definitely in play, this 23897. So let's see, a pullback into this area, and I guess we will draw this because now it becomes, well, that's that dark pool area. I'm watching kind of this. I will watch this today as well, which is like 23,800, let's call it. Let's sync that globally. So yeah, let's see. Let's just see if we hold up for the next 45 minutes and we hold above this key level at the open. Like that would be super strong. Um, and so let's see how we go. Yeah, and so I mean I think that's well within. So this 200, 800. Yeah, I mean even with all the pre-market action, it bounced off of this dark pool level, went up, retested this key level that we just drew, and then now we're going up again. So let's just see how price kind of behaves there. Not taking any trades right now, and we'll just kind of see how the actual regular trading hours open. But things do look up. But let's just see if these early buyers get tired and have like a deeper pullback, and then we'll see. So that I think Up might be the direction in the morning. It'll be interesting how the afternoon plays out. Um, and so I'll keep an eye on that. Definitely open to longs getting tired later in the day if we're really strong in the morning, but we'll see how we go. So that is what the cues look like today. Um, so dark pool levels we looked at already, and let's look at for the cues anything that expires today. What is today, the 5th? So anything that expires today, regardless of when you bought it, is a little bit more bearish, but not by much. Actually, I guess it's barely bearish from what it looks like. And if let's see if there's any big size happening. Anybody paying 100K or more? It's more bearish. A million? Nobody on the million with today expiry. 500K? No. 200K? Okay, so bigger bets, but not a lot. Only like a million. So it's really pretty neutral, I think, from a premium spent. But a little bit more put flow. So that is interesting. And we're looking at 574s, 575. So like 570. So what is 570? 570 is 23469. 23469. I will probably build an indicator for this, but so 23469. Really? Oh wow, so we're expecting all these people who expired today are expecting this to be down here. 24. No. Let me see again. 23469. Yeah, 570. Way down here. That doesn't seem likely. So that's interesting. Okay. So I guess these people are out of money, it looks like. All right, so let's look at how indexes are moving. Make this bigger. All right, so So yeah, Qs are super strong. ES all-time highs, amazing. Like this is bull market for sure. Russell all-time high. Dow is poising up, so I will put an alert there. I mean, NQ is a little bit behind for sure. So let's just see what happens. But yeah, ES is up. The Russell is up. The Dow is just about there. I mean, you cannot argue with that. VIX has now had that spike and cooling off. So let's see. Dollar broke the lows barely of this whole past couple weeks. Treasury bond or treasury note yields are down, down, down. Broke the low of May. Wow. Okay. It's interesting. So let's see how that goes. And then we're going to gap up. Looks like we're going to gap up pretty nicely on like 2 points. $2, not 2 points, but $2 on the XLK. So super bullish there. For the mega, let's cancel. Apple. So breaking all time, no, not all time highs, but super strong. We are opening pretty much where we close, it looks like. So opening kind of on the highs of yesterday. So that's interesting. Microsoft, little gap up, it looks like we're going to have here. $3. So that's pretty bullish above. I think this is an HMA. So there's that. Amazon. Wow. So gapped up, closed strong, And we're basically going to open pretty much at the closing price if price holds there, which is not all-time high, but we're testing this recent high. So let's add an alert there. Google, strong, just strong. So it's pretty interesting. Okay, so Meta. So we pushed up, we retested that kind of breakdown level that I wanted, and then we closed back down towards the lows, kind of like a, I don't know, shooting star, I guess, if you're in the candlestick patterns. I think that's a shooting star. But pre-market, we're opening a little bit higher, so let's see if we can clear above this. And if we can't, maybe this will be the thing that breaks us down. So if we break below here, maybe we close that gap. So let's see. NVIDIA. Let me open this. So interesting. Where are we? What is that? Is that real? That's real. So NVIDIA. So we had this gap down. Couldn't break the high of that gap down candle. We didn't break a lower low on yesterday, and we closed green, which is good, but still below kind of where we gapped down. So I have my alert there. And then this morning, we are gapping down below that. So that is interesting for the Qs, right? Um, and I'm curious on the dark pool flow yesterday. What did people do? What there was flow today? I guess maybe this morning. So we got 1.3 billion transacted at this 171.66 level. 171.66. And this was, let me unlock you. And this was yesterday, let's call it, maybe yesterday and today. 171.66. Well, so that's fine. All right, so we had lots of $1 billion transacted around here, 171.66, 171.66, and price is now gapping down. It's quite interesting. So we're going to keep an eye on that. And yeah, we're gapping down. Let's see if we get a little bit lower at the open, even with everything being bullish. So that's just interesting to watch, NVIDIA. Got Tesla gapping up. So strong there. And then we got the Qs obviously gapping up. So we'll just see how we do with NVIDIA and Meta. Like NVIDIA looks weak relatively. Meta could be weak, but it seems like it's holding up. I think everybody else is pretty bullish looking this morning. So let's see how we go, but maybe NVIDIA will play out over next week. So that's quite interesting. All right. And I think that's pretty much it for the Qs. Just kind of looking at things this morning. I am really just gonna kind of wait and see because we're super strong here. I mean, this got to mark this level, so let's mark this level here. Yes, there's a level to mark. Everything else is there. Yeah, I mean, this key level is the only thing I see in our way as far as resistance, right? I guess we can look at the hourly. Yes. I mean, yeah, this key level may be here potentially, but I think that it might be an easy break. We'll put that there as just something to keep in mind. I guess I'll sync that. What level is this? 2, 3. Well, I guess we'll sync this globally just because we'll clear all our levels again since we're at the end of the week. So we'll sync that globally. So yeah, I'm just kind of watching how price behaves in this area. If we can break that clean, I mean, there's more upside, obviously. Um, Watching this as well. So yeah. So on the hourly, I mean, opening pullback to here, entertain longs just because we're bullish. If we just keep going and then we kind of stall here, maybe there's a quick shorts, but direction does seem up. Like you just see this green strong situation. Um, Even 2400s. I mean, 2400s is possible, right? Because like you see ES make new all-time highs. You see other indexes like right there at all-time highs. Most of the tech sector, most of the mega tech stocks are bullish, aside from Nvidia and Meta. I mean, Meta could be bullish, but Nvidia seems pretty relatively weak. But yeah, I guess if anybody's going to stall and lag, it'll be the Qs. So we'll just see what happens there. But yeah, not going to rush. Be nimble. I think there's going to be a lot of range in the morning. And so we'll just see how we do. But yeah, that's it for me. Good luck today. Don't get caught. And we'll just see how things look. All right. Thank you.